Good morning. Setting up filters. Alrighty, let's roll. Let us roll. I still want done with this thing, but we're getting closer. We are getting closer. Oh, fucking gap filling. Hey, Nick, good morning. Sorry, man, I'm just trying to figure out how this is gonna attach. So between animals and babies, I'll never sleep. Yeah. You will at some point, just not right now. What animals woke you up this time? The dog. No. What did the dog do to wake you up? Bark George. By the way, good book. If you're looking for kids' books, that was a favorite of the families back in the day. Bark George. Yeah, fuck me. Scratching at a door to go out at 1. Yeah. Oh, 1 a.m. Yeah. So my alarm normally goes off around 5 o'clock. And right around that time, one of the cats wanted to get into my wife's closet. And my wife kind of was awake a little bit, kind of shooing her, that kind of thing. She'd go away, come back, do the same thing. It's like, oh, stop. You can just see just all that gapping there. It is what it is. And the underside, just honestly. I'm gonna let the thin cement tack it, and then just gonna fill it with black CA. Just flood the zone, as they say. I did. I actually just pushed it so hard I heard things starting to crack a little bit. Hey, Carson, good morning. How are you? My week's been going great. You know why? I was on vacation all week. I was on vacation. I did I haven't spent a lot of time on doing model stuff. A little bit, mostly earlier in the week when I got Misa painted, but not much model work. But I've been doing, some trying to get like the my theater area cleaned up, so it actually is a little bit more. I use it just looks okay. It's become a storage room, so. But it's been a good week. How's your week been? My wife's home, so that's good. We're going to be going to see my daughter dance at a recital today. I'm sorry, try again. Competition, not recital. So, real quickly before I forget, and I'm not sure if he's popped in yet, but these are the nippers that Ray provided me. He purchased from AliExpress. I think they're what? And Nick, you can even say, right? I think these things are like $15 or say something like that. Hey, Paul. Good day. Welcome back. Thank you. Yes, and to you. I'm back. It's always good to see people coming back. And today I'll be actually working on a model, less bitching. So most people are happy with that. Though, actually saying working on this model, yeah, 15 to the door. How do you like them? I think they're very good. I think for $15, you cannot go wrong. So, guys, these were I've seen these online before on AliExpress. These are called Rui Tool. Single-sided nippers. God hand style. I think you might want to call them. I'm still aware from when I saw. Oh, are you serious? Paul's back. Hey, Paul. Holy crap, Paul! You're still at work, dude. That was like. I started like almost 11 hours ago. Oof. Well, I'm hoping it was at least a peaceful night of work. And may I ask what you do? And you don't have to answer. I ask questions, and if people don't feel like they want to answer, I totally get it. Anyway, so to answer the question, Nick, how well do they work? They're very good. I work 14 hours a night, security guard. Really? And is this something like you do like 3 nights or something like 2 or 3 nights on and then just like the rest of the week off? It's always back. You never sleep. That's so funny. Nick, are you saying that he should try to forget me? That's hurtful. Three nights, 4 nights. Yeah, dude. Okay. I got to tell you, if the workload in general is not that bad, I wouldn't mind a schedule like that. Would not mind. What's interesting is I generally work 10-hour days with travel and meetings and other stuff. But I still have to work 5 days. Good evening, Edwin. How are you, my friend? Happy Friday to you. Happy Friday to everybody. So, Nick, I will answer the question in just a minute. Let me get some of this going. It's said hi wave. Carson said hi. It's interesting how it's like I've never seen that before, but the when you say hi, you actually get the said hi and there's a wave. So they are watching the water treatment. Nice. I will say I am kind of envious of stuff like that. So yesterday on my day off, during the day, I got one of my favorite clients. His wife was actually one of the one of my best clients of all time. Unfortunately, she passed away last year, but she was like one of these people who were just, if you could ask for like the perfect client, that was my definition of it. And not because she spent a lot of money with us, but because she would sit there and just say, okay, explain to me why why you're proposing this, why I need this, what's the benefit to me? And she was very clinical about that, and you could never BS her. And because of that, she would always make decisions. Yes, I'm going to move forward with this, or no, I think I'm going to pass on that. And it was awesome. Anyway, she passed away last year, and her husband, who's not quite as technically adept as she was, when he calls up and says, "Hey, I got some questions or problems," it's like I will take his call. I will absolutely call him on a vacation day because he's just that kind of a guy. They were that special to me. Went on an adventure today, scouting the eastern part of town, and going to a mall I never visit. The good thing I found the HG. You found a Zoc. The bad thing, I did not like the price. Ooh, it's there. I'm not buying it. I hate that. It's like within hand's reach, right, Edwin? How long does your live stream go? My bus comes around 7:00. Yeah, Damien, I'm on usually for an hour in the morning, 6 to 7, unless it's a weekday or I'm on vacation. I'm going to be on till just a little after 7 today. My wife's home, so I'm going to be spending some time with her. I totally get it. School number one. Don't be like me. School number one. I take school seriously. I wish I took it seriously when I was a college student, but I take school seriously. Anyway, school number one. Yeah, absolutely. So, but then I also had a couple of other people. It's like, I'm not going to take these calls. So yesterday was actually like a good day in terms of not too many. Oh Lord, where the hell did that come from? Well, I'll be hitting that area with a little CA. This plane is just atrocious. We know that. You can only say so much. This thing is crap. When, okay, we know it's crap. Stop. So I'm working on a 1/72nd scale plane. It's the Special Hobbies Airacomet. And I will absolutely, right now, I would say this is the worst plane I've ever worked on. The worst model I've ever worked on by a long mile. Yes. School one. Yeah, the importance of school is just so. I mean, I will say this. I mean, I was a complete and utter screw up in college. I did not take it seriously. My sister, who went to the same school and was a year behind me, double majored, flew through, did great. I think I'm a distributor already wanted to. The distributor store and the main store don't have it. It seems like I need to venture to their other smaller store. Yeah, possibly. A military boat. Yeah, boat. I'm actually debating working on a boat. By the way, one of the reasons why I started a little late this morning, because I was like, do I really want to work on this? And I was literally looking at a pile of models behind me. It's like, maybe I want to start something else. I was looking at Harlock's fighter. I was looking at another tank, and it's like, and it's like, no, you got to plow through on this. So before I do get, and I look, conversations always do this, right? Meander. So the question is, are these worth it? For $15, go out and buy a pair. You cannot go wrong. Are these God hand quality? No. Are they closer than, say, the Zukemuras that I had, which unfortunately I broke the tip, which were not single-sided, but double-sided? Yes, they're better than the Volks Zukemuras. Are they as good as, say, like I've had the original Gundam planets, which were fabulous, the original USA Gundams, which were fabulous. I think these things are right up there. And for $15 delivered, yeah, you can't go wrong. So I'll be using these from now on as my mainstays at the bench. God hands are still part of my travel kit. You finished the little robot thing, play Gundam, and this big gunship. Oh no, that's gonna take a while. I'm working on the robot slowly because I usually I do that on Thursday nights when I'm spending a lot more time talking. And the actual dendrobium, the big piece that goes around it, that is going to take a long time. Amazon does it better. Amazon, yes, but if I can get these things for $15 from AliExpress, two things. First, I like shopping at AliExpress because you can find some stuff there that you can't find here in the US very easily. And secondly, I really don't like Amazon. If I can avoid buying from Amazon, I avoid buying from Amazon. That's just a personal thing. These are almost in alignment. Not that it matters really, right? I mean, look, if you take a look at the profile from the front, it's a pretty groovy looking plane. Now, the alignment, oh God, actually looking at it from here, the alignment on this thing is it's pretty bad. This thing has to come down. The scissor cut thing, I'll take a whole month. The scissor cut ding. I'm not sure I understand that, Damien. I apologize. Alright, so that's, of course, now that I moved that, now it doesn't want to stay in place, right? You know what? Time to start hitting it with CA. Flood the zone. Oh, damn it. Flood the zone. Yeah, I think this might be one of the last times I use this thing. We'll see. I think it might be time to pick up some more black CA. Why does it look like face, nose, and eyes on the top of it? It probably does. Let's do it. At the ding, you have one, two. Top of your little thing, if you get it on AliExpress, it'll take a whole month. Actually, AliExpress, it might take a month, or it might take. I've had things show up in as little as a week, and as much as 2-3 weeks. I've got a few things coming right now that I ordered last week, and they'll be here starting this weekend. Yes. If I need something quickly, that's probably not the place to buy. But here's the thing. I don't generally need anything that fast. The only thing with black CA that I don't like is you can't use an Instaset on it. At least I've never had a good experience with using Instaset on it. All right. Flooded. Let me show up around 2 weeks. Not so bad for the savings and bride. Yeah, exactly. I feel the same way, Nick. Like, There are things on there that I don't regularly see here in the US. In particular, there's certain models that you're just not going to readily find here in the US. Or a lot of the tools, like as an example, these U-Star tools. You know, which versus the cost of a D-Spay, it's much less. And in my opinion, they're perfectly acceptable. You know, things like that little. Even though I like the what they call it, the high Q one a little better, but stuff like that. But that was a lot cheaper than the high Q one. Whoops. A little too high there. Oh, too much. Compared to other store, and the mall price is actually cheaper, but it does not fit into the month budget. Yeah, that is an important thing. U-Star has some star. U-Star. I'm assuming that's U-Star has some decent enough products. Oh yeah, they're great stuff. I've got a bunch of those. What else did I have from U-Star? Shit, there is other stuff here. I remember that. In fact, I actually ordered another. I think it's another U-Star tool. No, it is. I know I ordered the thing. And I know what the tool is. I believe it is by U-Star. So when that shows up, that'll be a tool I'll be talking about because that one has some very interesting potential use. I was making a model yesterday and the truck tire. Oh, the tire broke. Damien, what was the model? No, I have to go find my Benz of. Oh, wow. I gotta go get ready for school. I want to stay, and I hope model looks good after. I hope so too, Carson. Good luck at school, my friend. Good luck at school. I'm here daily, so if you ever have time to pop back in, please do so at your convenience. There we go. All right, let's get the old brush on this thing. How'd the nippers go? I already talked about them. I'm done with that. I'm beyond that, Ray. I'm beyond. Sorry, you snooze, you lose. Nah, it's kind of what started this conversation, Ray. Of course, I'm joking with you. Yeah, I'll go back into it in just a second because I think they're worth talking about. Give me 1 second just to get some of this garbage cleaned off here. The excess. There we go. Okay, sorry. Okay, sorry. See? You come in late, that's what you're going to get. You're going to get a wrath of poo. All right, so see, the thing is, I don't think the wings are necessarily level. Now I think the stabilizers are. This wing is not stable. It's not on the same plane. Plane, get it? I said I'm waiting too late working on that Volkswagen. I'm still in bed. Are you really? A diesel trucks? Oh, okay. Just looking for a diesel truck wheel. So yeah, these nippers, which I was just talking about. So these are very, very good. They're not God hand quality, but then again, they're a quarter the price. And are they 90% of a God hand? The answer is yes. Are these perfectly viable? 100%. In fact, I'm going to just cut something off right now. Just do a little test here. Yeah. They're nice. They're smooth. I do think that again, I don't know the plastic well enough. They don't cut nearly as cleanly. It's a little more white. But here's the thing. They get you far enough. It doesn't matter. I mean, versus like I said, like the Volks that I had before here, these are much nicer. And one other thing that I think is important about nippers to understand, it doesn't matter because in the end, you're still going to be sanding a nub. You're still going to be filing an area down. So it's okay. I'm so mad they went up to $15. Maybe they'll come back down, Ray. Fingers crossed. All right. So we got the, it's all pooling on the underside. That I don't want. What I want is this stuff to actually pool up on the top more so than the bottom. There we go. I'm going to leave it like that. In fact, we're going to leave it like that. Okay. So right now, the plane is kind of in its own place. Check something here. I do use a God hand cover because they're a lot easier to get on and off than the buckle type that the Ruiz have. So we're doing that. And yes, I know. Oh, do you have God hands? No, these are not God hands. I picked up a couple of these covers extra because I like these. Got mine for $13. Damned inflation! These are actually good. I'm not going to lie. These are good. Were they worth the money? Probably not. Of course, having bent the tip on them last week working on the dendrobium. I think I will say another good set of nippers. These are my first serious ones from Zuron. These things will cut through anything. Love these things. What's going on, Lucas? Good morning. They will cut through anything. Knock on wood, they've never failed me. Those are I love those nippers. Those are good ones to have. All right. So looking at the plane. What do we got left? Happy Friday. Happy Friday indeed, Lucas. Happy Friday indeed. Do you have any plans for the weekend? I'm checking the box of parts and just to see if there's anything in here. Yeah, I've got I'm going to start working on these. I think these are tanks. Let's get these things cleaned up. Nippers there for the first cut. Yeah, they're great. When you don't need that super fine cut right at the beginning. Oh yeah, they're great. And those I've had. I think, like I said, I picked those up when I got back into the hobby in 2018. I do also have in my travel case. I have a pair of the cheap ones from. What they call it, from Hobbytown. I think they cost me like $5 or $8 or something like that. And those are good just for like if I need something massive like that. I find I don't use them much anymore, but they're there. When is Father's Day? That I don't know. Sometime in June. Dinner with friends tonight, photo group meetup tomorrow. Ooh, nice. That sounds like a lovely way to spend a weekend, Lucas. Yo, what's going on, Ken? How you feeling? how I hate thee. Let me count the ways. Yeah, theoretically, this is supposed to be a line going across there. And they're still looking for the truck tire. Yeah. Just in time, Ken. George is sanding for Nick. Defeated and broken. Oh, broken possibly. Defeated, never. Some farm an hour out for sunset photography. Ooh, those are nice. Family photo like that, I love it. You must all leave. He's sanding for me. Me! I love it. That's right. I like the sanding. Do you know how I could? I'm assuming you're asking you get a truck tire from. If you're talking about for a scale model, I would say find out who the manufacturer of the model is. You may also want to find out if the manufacturer has a spare parts section. That sometimes they'll do that. They'll sell you like a specific part for a model. Bandai does that as an example. If it's something that's not possible, then look for a third party. Go to scalemates.com and see if they have a third for that model. See if they have any, they usually list accessories that you can get for that model. You know what? I really just don't care about that line anymore. Don't care. It's gone. What I'm going to do after I get these things cleaned up and sanded is I'm going to go take a look. I'm going to go into my needle box. My Ken Druggy box. And pull out a few needles to see if I've got anything that will work as the cannons for this thing, because they actually say you can use plastic. I'm like, I'm not going to use plastic. No. Use some kind of a needle. I like sanding. So Ken, the way you just said that, I like sanding. It actually kind of reminded me of Annie Hall. It was Annie Hall, right? Yes, at the beginning of Annie Hall, when Alfie goes back and sees all his like when he's like thinking about being back in school. one of the little kids says, "I'm into leather." That's how I envisioned when you said, "I like the sanding." Mainline modeling. Exactly. Mainline. Mainline. He has rusty spoons. Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I love that film. That is one of my favorite films. I love that film. It is funny. I remember when I was a kid and Annie Hall won Best Picture. It was the same year that Star Wars was in competition. And as a 10-year-old, 10-year-old, 11-year-old me was like, oh, no way. No way, Star Wars. I can't stand Annie Hall. I was too young to even see Annie Hall, right? And now I go back and as much as I love Star Wars, I would rather watch Annie Hall. They are just singed for weathering. Of course. I was hoping to get these things glued on today, but I guess I continue to grind them back. But man, these things are awful. Again, no locating pins on these things. Massive nubs right at the worst, right along. So they had this raised rim along the entire, sort of like right where the seam is. They had a raised rim. I've removed it because there was that's where they put the gates, the nubs. So in order to clear it out, it's like I'm not going to spend that much time trying to clean out this massive nub on a detail. Basically destroy the detail. Could I add the detail back in? Yes. Am I going to? Absolutely not. Why? It's not worth it. They feel good against his salad fingers. What does Wendy say to the cow? Do you want to become our new chicken legs? What? What does Wendy say to the cow? Do you want to be our new chicken legs? Ooh, clipping nubs indeed. But officer, those needles and spoons are for modeling. Honest. Yeah. I swear they're for weathering. Yeah. All right. It's been cleaned. However, there is a seam line still there. The question is, can I remove the seam line or do I need to fill it? I've kind of come up with an idea for a paint scheme on this thing, which I'm kind of excited about. In fact, you know what? Huh. Okay. Just a theory. Just a theory. I might use some of these. Excuse me. I do have these still. I have no idea where these came from. A couple of Gundam water slides. Can't remember what the hell I used those on. What does the train say to the car? Do you have a train car, baby? What? What? All right. Yep, that one sucks. All right, that one's done. Mostly. Right in the front there, they got a massive seam. Try hitting it up with some thin cement. I'm building something that has 2 Volvo batteries, go really fast. What the heck are you building, Damien? Ow. Is it an RC radio-controlled vehicle or otherwise? You're starting to perk up Ray a little bit. Okay. Leave that like that and see where that goes. I don't believe that's flash. So if you see right around there, that sort of that rim, that's supposed to be on there. It's not Swede, it's Swedish. As in fish. Yeah. This one's even worse. Coffee time. Oh, they need to scan the Navy and the what? No, terrible jet engine. What the heck are we building? What's he building in there? Anybody know what that reference is? Yuck. A terrible jet engine. Volvo jet engines? Terrible? Speaking of jet engines, is Saab still making cars at all, even just for the European market? Or are they only making aircraft? Or I guess trucks. Remember the last bit of Saab stuff that we saw here in the United States? They, the whole thing was born from jets, which didn't really hit well. So something I think most of my Gunpla collection are big, fat, round hole suits. Need to photo them all in one frame. Nice. They're all chunky boys, are they? I started snapping up the Rose and Zulu upstairs a couple nights ago. It's an interesting looking kit. Well, granted that. It's an interesting looking kit. Not terrible engine, a plane gigantic. It needs all the batteries. The part of this thing is not terrible. What is this thing that you're working on there, Damien? Now I need to write down how many chunky kit I got. Still need those Grimoire and Age 2. That's awesome. So Edwin, it sounds like you like building the chunky things. I mean, it doesn't get any chunkier than the Zoc, in my opinion. So you definitely need that one in your collection. Yeah. want to get this done so I can go get those needles and at least start measuring up for what we're going to need for the guns. It's also, I think, a pitot tube is supposed to be, you're supposed to use plastic for that. Dumb idea. You literally have to like scratch build the pitot tube because it's not just one piece, even though it says, oh, you just use it with this dimension. No, pitot tube actually has, it's either tapered or generally it's like a larger section with almost like a thinner needle in the middle, in the front. Yep, I even have the two gush and the fat green one, not the slim one. Really? Yeah, you know what? That is one. I gotta tell you, Edwin, I think you're onto something there. Now that I think about it, I generally prefer like the chunky ones too. Like the what's it? Is it the man roadie that kind of looks froggish? The big ones, yeah. I'd have to say that the man roadie maybe, and that's an IBO if I'm correct. That might be my favorite IBO kit. Favorite IBO design, excuse me, because I don't have the kit. All right. There we go. I got to tell you, one of our guys, now granted he's retired, he builds a lot of these 1/72 scale planes. Yeah, this last month I built like 4 or 5 of these things. I'm like, God almighty. And he does build them to a really high standard. I got to take another peek at them the next time I see when he brings stuff in. But generally, it's like the stuff looks really, really good. Man Roadie and Gushin, yeah. Man Roadie is the grunt for fat Gushin, yeah. I like that one. There's a little thin cement drop in here. Okay, gonna leave that like that. Stay. All right, I'll be right back. I'm just gonna grab a box of needles. There's a box of needles. And I don't know why, for some reason, Ministries never trust a junkie just came into mind. I don't know, leave their thin cement open all the time. Leave it open all the time? Oh, yeah. No. Why would somebody want to do that? Okay. 0.6 millimeter by 2 millimeter. I'm assuming that's length. Screw that. It's just going to bore it right in. And that one doesn't even have, I'm assuming that's a 0.6 as well. Point 0.6. Let's see what we got. So you're turning it into regular and then thick cement. Yeah, exactly. All right. Measuring. That one looks like it's... Oh, man, that thing's massive. Ken, you couldn't give me something that's really skinny, really small? Oh, that's kind of cool. They actually tell you what the thickness is? Ooh. 0.8. This one's close. These are 0.5. Hey, Seb, good morning. Those bamboo sticks, like essential oils. Nice. Morning, Seb. What's going on, brother? Happy Friday to you. Pure distractions. I get called from the bench or kids screaming and forget to close it, mostly because I don't go back to the toilet. Oh, yeah. All right, so I'm looking at this. I see 0.5 mil by 16 mil. What'd you say now? 25 gauge. 21 gauge, which is 0.8 mil. 0.9. 0.8. Jesus Christ. 0.5. Is this even legal? Thanks. Happy Friday, too. Thank you very much. Yeah, I think, you know what? I'm not going to go psychotic. If I can't find a 0.6, 0.5 is going to do. And also, given how many are in here, I don't really care. What the hell is this one? For the life of me, I can't figure out. Bulk needle hub color. Black hub color. Doesn't even tell me what the fuck. Buff gray brown. Black. 19 gram. Or is it 20? It doesn't matter. But the smallest I would have, yeah. Nothing much. Just 8 then came on the stream. Nice. How's your day, Seb? Have you had the day off today? Or are you working later on? Skater woman of the night moniker. What? Deciding and that my next stream will be on Gumpo Building. Cool. Seb, you do that on, hey Austin, good morning. How are you? Trash bags in the house. Seb, are you Twitch or YouTube? F it. We're going to go right to that. Here's one of those. How many do I need of these things? I think it's 4. Morning, Eve. What's going on? Still on my week vacation. I'll be back on. Okay, I'm on Twitch. Okay. One, 2, 3. Excuse me. There we go. 1, 2, and 3. I'm going to pull out one of those two just to see what that is. Leave those there so I can freak out the family later on. Another tabby just appeared. My army is expanding quite nice. Ooh, that's awesome. So, E, are you planning on taking over the world with this army of cats? Okay, I guess these things are adult proof. Oh shit, battery's starting to die. Let me get a new battery. 0.7. $29 girly, 1 pregnant. Eee. Oops. .54. Okay, cool. Okay, I'm gonna take that one and toss it back into the bin. Don't need that. But we got a couple of these. Two of those, one of these, one of those. Let's break this thing off. My house is a sea of fur. I got to tell you, that doesn't sound exciting one bit. Making barrels for the for the Airacomet. Yeah, you can make it out of plastic or you can make it out of needles. I'd rather make it out of needles. So I got to get rid of this thing now. Sharps container, which I think we have here somewhere. If not, I think I know where I can take them. I hope. I'm going to cut these things off and then we're going to call it a session. Let's make sure that thing. There it goes. It was creepy. Don't worry, they'll probably grow back. Oh, will they? One, two. Let's see what this one looks like. I'm fascinated by this one. I have no idea what this thing is. It's got this weird ass design. If you have kittens, but the mother is nowhere to be seen, the syringes could make a nice makeshift milk bottle. Really? Well, I'd send them to you, but I don't think it'd be efficacious. What the fuck is this? All right, Ken, you're giving me something here? It's like, what the dear sweet Jesus, his name was that. How the Being on the weather, might head up to Ma Bell today. I got the ill communication. Nice. Wow, this one is this one's point flat, same thing. You got the ill communication. Just press slowly. Yeah, that would make sense. Well, like I said, if you were nearby, I'd probably just send them down to you. Oops, one more cut. Okay. As the Bosstones once said, where did you go? I see 1, 2. It's not on there. That's what I was telling you about, known as the Jeep Eater. Yeah. I'm cutting needles off for use as gun barrels. So my good buddy Ken gave me a bunch of these things. And they make terrific barrels because they're very, very small. I mean, I've got to open them up a little bit. They're very, very small and they're hollow. So I'll grind away the tip. Now, the only issue right now is this always wigs me out. It's like, okay, you just lost a piece of very sharp metal. Where did it go? Speaking of, how we looking? I'll leave it like that now. Okay, start doing some cleanup work here while we're doing this. Trimming his nails, otherwise it's all the furniture exactly. And now I'm making another model. Has 2 batteries. And which other model are you making? Put on all the chunk boy I could find. Apparently, I already own 14 out of 22. Really? What are the 22? So you have a list of all 22? All right, we're cleaning up, and then we're going to start getting ready to bail on out. That's one place. But I am going to try to find this thing. There's 1, there's 2. In fact, let me do this. Oh, shit. There it is, 3. Found it. One, 2, 3. There we go. Put a piece of masking tape on that piece so it can go flying. Watch your mouth, family's watching this. Well, shit. Well, shit. All right. Got that. Put this away. Leave those there on the side. And we are good to go. Falcos. From way back in the day. Those are from way back in the day. Yeah, leave that right there. Got to clean up that area anyway. Not at all. I have not wrote down anything except from HGUC. Oh, really? All right, guys. Time for me to get rolling here. So tomorrow, I think I'm live streaming tomorrow. I don't think we're leaving until later in the day. Yes, I'll double check that. But either way, I'm either going to be on or I'm not. Sunday, I'm definitely going to be on. Anyway, so guys, go out there and do good. Stay safe and stay sane, but go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. Contrary to popular belief, it really is a pretty messed up world we're in right now. And it is getting crazier by the day. By the day. It's up to us individually to try to brighten it as much as we possibly can. Make it good for somebody. Help somebody out. Be good and kind to somebody. All right. With that, I'll be back on hopefully tomorrow. And I wish you all a good Friday. Enjoy the day, and I'll catch you on the flip. Peace.